Hello?
Hi, Thomas. This is Virgo. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and get right into this then. For everybody that's listening, Thomas had contacted me with regards to some information on April LaJune, and as you all probably are already aware of, Thomas was the producer of the video part of April's business. Is that accurate?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. So let me first ask you, how did you meet April?
We met, I work for the airport right now, but we met at, we worked for American Airlines.
Oh, okay.
As she stated in some of her videos. So, we used to work together at night, cleaning the planes and stuff like that. And, we had a lot of views together, you know, for Trump and this and that. So we kind of, we just didn't really click with the rest of the night crew. So, we kind of hang out, and that's kind of how it started.
Oh, okay. And I believe you said that was about 4 years ago, right?
Yes.
Around that time? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 3 years ago, something like that, yeah.
Okay. So what made you ultimately decide to go into business with her?
Well, she just seemed like a nice person. We agreed on a lot of stuff, and we just got into, she found out something about some law changing in the Fair and Credit Repair or Credit Act and all that stuff. So we were talking about it. Yeah, and we were talking about how my credit's horrible and this and that. So she said she was thinking about trying to do that. And I was like, not everybody, but a lot of people need help with their credit. So that might be something that I'd be really interested in. So
yeah. Okay, so what did you understand that your position was going to be then while you were working for her?
I really didn't. I just kind of did whatever she needed done, or trying to learn the process that she was coming up with, and we were doing it from her house. So it was kind of like a hobby thing, so sort of like a weekend thing, with to try to get started up. I really didn't know anything about it. So it's something, I was interested in because I needed my own credit fixed. I thought, man, this would be awesome, fix my own credit and help out. And that's what she was all about, was helping other people out. And, of course, making money and just starting a business, which everybody has a dream of owning their own business. So it was kind of like a dream come true. I could fix my credit, maybe we could make a little bit of money and go from there.
So at what point did it start going down the lane of TDA and getting into an office building and all of that?
Tom, I guess, is the one that gave April information to look up. He said, you might want to look into this and see what this is all about. So I guess she did her research and stuff like that. And because I had a full-time job, I couldn't be there like every weekend or every day or this, because she progresses very fast and she learns very fast. So as far as I can remember is eventually just some money started coming in, and she was stating that she needed another person, and her house was really small. So she was trying to do her YouTube channel from there
from home,
at the time, and the credit repair, and then this new thing, TDA stuff. Okay. So we ended up getting an office, right down the street from my house, and
that's the office on Goddard that you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then she decided, because I didn't want to give up. I had a full-time job, full benefits, and all that stuff. I didn't want to give that up I've done that before. I started a limousine business, and then, I quit my job and all that stuff. And then, of course it has its ups and downs. So I didn't want to make that mistake again. So I just helped her out when she needed, and, helped her build the office, put it together, and get all the stuff in. And she wanted to build a studio in the back, which we did. And, at that time, her channel was going up very quickly. With the news that she was just doing news at the time. She wasn't talking about TDA stuff or anything. It was just news type of deal. She loves doing news.
Okay.
So I would help her out, and she was still doing that on her own. And then there was just a point that she wanted me to go full time, just video, and be her video producer, which I've been in TV for 15 years. I love doing that stuff. And if I could do that full time, I'd
be happy.
Get there. So I quit my job, with the full benefits and everything, and just did that full time. So, and then it kind of went on from there.
So, I mean, from what I've been able to ascertain from going back in her videos and researching myself, I've been able to find that the A for V secured party creditor TDA stuff actually started like somewhere around November. So is that your recollection of when you started looking at becoming the video producer and everything?
Well, I didn't become her full-time video producer till February.
Till February. Oh, okay. All right. I wanted to make sure I got that right. Did you, by any chance, once the whole TDA stuff started, and you were producing that, did you at any point look up the A for V information at all to make sure that it was legitimate, or were you just going?
No, I just took her word for it, and when you're a video producer, if they'll pay you to video record or rock, if they want to pay you to do that, then that's what I'll do.
And that's what
type
you
of
do.
deal.
Yeah. Okay.
So I never researched. I mean, of course, doing her videos, you watch her videos, but sometimes when because we created a Roku channel and stuff. So when I first started in television, it was Telemundo. It was Spanish on air, so it didn't matter to me what was on air, just as long as the numbers and the timing was right and all that stuff, because I didn't understand Spanish. So it's the same with April, because sometimes she would ask me, like I'd ask her a question, she goes, "Did you just watch my video?" And I'm like, because, I don't hear everything because I'm watching time and trying to get her graphics up and get a commercial ready and stuff like that. So I didn't pay attention to all of it, but as far as researching it, no, I've never done that.
Okay. All right.
Maybe I should have, but I didn't.
Well, I mean, just a question. I was just curious. So, but we know that you were basically just doing video. So, how did now, this comes from, some of these questions come from the video that was put up on Sunday by April herself.
Right.
For example,
what started upsetting me. So go ahead.
Right. How did the actual hole get into the roof that she's talking about?
Okay, we've always had an internet problem because it's in a small town. We had 3 internets, and the problem is upload speed. CenturyLink would only do 10 download and 1 up, which you do videos, 1 up is nothing.
Yeah.
So, for quality and non-buffering and all that stuff. So we got a thing called, it's a 4G antenna. It's 4GAS. It's called 4GAS Antenna Shop or something like that. So anyway, what it does is it takes it takes the cell service and then it brings it in as Wi-Fi. And where we were at, I had to get what they call a parabolic antenna to bring in the signal stronger, because it was only like 2 bars on the modem. So we got this antenna. So in order to flush, well, I mean, if you're going to put up a pole, you either need to put it in concrete or mount it or this and that. So stupid me, and I admitted to it. I had the tin was sticking out over about 1.5 inches from being flush.
Oh, I see.
So I just cut it and I bent it back, and then it became flush. And I don't remember I don't think I told April at the time that I did that, but then the landlord came and he was irate because he said he just put that roof on.
Oh.
So, I told him, I said, I did it. April didn't really know, but it got into a whole ordeal that, we were going to get kicked out maybe and stuff like that. And of course, April is very good at talking to people, and she, made him calm down a little bit and just said, send us a bill and we'll take care of it and so on. So
did that actually get taken care of?
No, I talked to the landlord on Monday, just to be sure, my sister, because she when I quit, she kept texting me, "Oh, you're leaving me with this hole in the roof that I got to pay for." And I kept texting her. I said, I know you're not going to pay for this. Mm-hmm. If you were going to pay for it, why didn't we just pay for it and stay in the office?
Right.
But, and so, it was a mixture of both of us getting out of the office because we couldn't afford to set $2,600 because she owed back rent and back utilities, which I didn't know. Because once we got the bill, she was in Missouri. And so I called her and told her about the bill. And then I said, we're month to month. Even if we pay it, he still could be mad and kick us out, which is legal. He still could. Mm-hmm. So we came up with the plan. We'll just move the office to the house. So that's what we did. And yes, it has not been paid to this day.
I'm curious though. Okay. How about how many clients would you say she had with the TDA stuff?
I'm not real sure. I talked to Jennifer. We were trying to come up with a figure, just because I'm finding out after I quit so much stuff that I wish I would have knew 6 months ago. But
right. Hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah. If I knew half of what I know now, I would totally not even quit my job with benefits and everything. I still would have helped her out, I'm sure, but I would not, put everything in my name and do that. I just had a lot of trust in her. So,
what did you and Jennifer come up with as just an approximate then?
She, just on the low side, she was talking like 300, just her.
Okay, and that's over $100,000.
Well, she calculated it out, I think, at just average of $400 a person. Mm-hmm. That's like $135,000, and
right.
That blows me away. I had no idea that kind of money was coming in.
Well, let me explain to you why my question here, why that's important. It's because my question is, with so much money coming in, why was it that she was not paying the business bills, especially being your name?
Well, that's the part. Well, that bill was the phone bill and internet and stuff was being paid at the time.
Okay.
As far as being behind on rent and utilities, I have no idea. She got behind in her house, rent too. And towards the beginning, before I even went full time, we had a conversation. I'm like, "Oh, so you're doing pretty good, because she was complaining months prior to what she was doing, that, she was having a hard time paying bills and stuff. So, casually, "Hey, you're getting your bills caught up finally," and stuff like, "Well, sorta, kinda." And I'm like, okay, that's not my business. But okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. It's just
I didn't understand.
Little mind-boggling.
I just didn't understand. Well, now that I know what I know, as far as maybe how much was coming in, I have no idea where it went. I mean, we did spend a lot of money in the office. I guess $20,000 or $30,000, because just the studio itself, I mean, it's expensive. We spent $5 or $6 grand just on the computer, $1,000 software, cameras, stuff like that. So, money adds up quick. I understand that, but I told her when I quit my job and do this full time, the first time I have to question my check, I'm out. And so the Friday for Memorial Day, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna transfer." She raised up my pay to $600, so I said, "I'm gonna transfer $600 over, just to let you know." She goes, "Well, hold on, let me look." And I'm like, "What? Why is this a question?
Yeah.
What do you got to look just transfer $600?"
Right.
When weeks prior, we were, we've done, because I was answering the phone and taking. I had quite a bit of, there was a few times where I had to take people's information or have April call them back or this and that, because there was a lot to do with the channel, trying to get the Roku channel running and all that stuff. And the internet problem and trying to figure out all of that. So, Sorry, there's a truck going by.
That's okay.
So I'm just dumbfounded on the money part. Like I said, I'm never into it financially. I didn't even get into this financially. Yeah. I just spent my time helping her. And my girlfriend also put a lot of time in and effort, and she never worked for April. And, as far as like April paying her or something like that, she never was paid by, it was just friends. So,
right.
We'll help each other out, and hopefully down the road it'll pay off. That was my idea.
Your thought, yeah. Well, let me ask you this. What was April's demeanor like towards other employees when the cameras weren't rolling?
It was very dramatic. I mean, everything, it just didn't matter what it was. It just ended up being a scene. It's either her husband or her daughter or, somebody coming back that there was something wrong with their paperwork or whatever was going on with Tom, that I ended up, because I'm the calm one, I do not deal with drama anymore. I've given up on drama. It's just, if we can fix it, fix it. If I can't, I'm not going to worry about it.
Right.
Type of deal. So everybody calls me, what do I do? What do I do? So I give them advice, and of course, she'll kick Tim out for a little while or whatever, and then he comes back and the drama starts again, and it was just so chaotic in the office. That's why Jen had to go home.
Oh, I see.
She just couldn't get anything done, and then eventually Tom couldn't take it either. He was getting it double because he lived at April's house, and he worked at the office, so he just couldn't take it whatsoever. And I don't blame him. So
makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, now I understand.
Just so chaotic.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
I understand that now this is just based on her own clients coming to me and saying, hey, I've disputed these things. I understand that there are some disputes going on with her previous merchant account and PayPal and refunds to customers and questions of that nature. Do you know anything about that?
Just what she complains about. The only thing I know about PayPal is she told me that payments, I guess, were coming in too fast or something like that, and it seemed a little odd to PayPal, so they shut her off, and they still owe her money.
Okay.
I know how much. I think it's like $3,500. They told her she'd get it back in like 6 months or something like that. And then as far as the system that she uses for credit cards, they hold what she said is they hold money in case like people need a refund or because of high risk business, Durango Credit Repair.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe the TA was attached to that. I think it was all just under this Durango Credit Repair.
Oh, so like another thing for the merchant account.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know the whole thing, but I know that authorized.net holds money just in case. I think it's for both parties, them and you, to protect you a little bit. If people want their money back, it's not going to come out straight out of your account or something like that. I'm not 100% sure how that works, but
okay. All right. And explain to me what the deal is with the car.
Oh, all right. Well, knowing what I know now, I would never have done what I did. But okay, so there's not a whole lot of parking on the side of the building, which I have a video out which can show part of that. So if you want to, push the video a little bit, they can get that side. But anyway, so I parked the car in front on the street. There's a sidewalk and everything. So, and it's pulled up past the building, the front of it. The back end is past the building. So I don't know. I didn't see it. Jen and them and Tom were in front because I was in the back. That's where the studio's at. And so 10 hits the car, and it's pretty good size damage. And the picture of it is in my video also. It's not. She said in her latest video, it's the bumper you can go get at, a scrapyard or something like that. And it's not. It's part of the quarter panel is dented. Part of the door.
You can clearly
see the door. Yeah, the door is crunched up a little bit, so that's why it's $2,400. If it was just a bumper, it'd probably be $1,000 or $1,200 or something like that, I'm sure. But they had to straighten out more than that. So she didn't have insurance.
Okay.
So she said at first, "Oh, we'll take care of it." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, that's fine. You know, it's not like it's not drivable or anything." So you know, a couple of months go by. Well, a couple of weeks go by. She gives me $500. You know, here's part of the thing. You know, I thought, oh, that's kind of nice. You know, I needed it at the time. And so she talks about in her video on Monday or Tuesday. Okay, yeah, it was yesterday. So I was going to a Dark Carnival gaming convention. I'm into gaming. I have a website, a retro gaming website.
Right.
And I'm into Insane Clown Posse. For what reason, I have no idea. I've been into them for about 25 years.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm not what they call a juggler. I just love the music. Anyway, so we bought tickets to that. It's for myself, my girlfriend, and her brother. It's in Denver, which is about 350 miles from where we're at.
Okay.
And then we paid for the hotel, and I was saving money and all that stuff. And when I bought the tickets, I asked her, I said, "Hey, just in case when this comes around, it's like 2 months from then, hey, if I have to, can I borrow like $1,000, you know, from the company or something and just pay it back when I get back?" Or, "Yeah, that's fine," you know, or something. So anyway, she owed me $1,900 for the car being wrecked. So her daughter was here, and I stated that in my video too. They all had to come in the same car. They're 40 miles away now. You know, they moved from their house. They moved to Aztec, New Mexico. So
Right.
Tom would have to ride. Her daughter and her would have to ride in every morning. And her daughter was complaining, "I need my own vehicle," all the time. So, you know, kind of drilling that into you. So we were talking about, I don't know, we were talking about the car. I don't remember how it was brought up. You know, I said, if I can get that $1,900 from you, because we had a big week, and I said, you know, if I can get that $1,900 from you, I wouldn't have to borrow $1,000 next month or whenever it was, which I didn't know if I had to borrow it or not, just in case.
Right.
So, and she goes, "Well, yeah, but she goes, that's a lot of money." And I said, "Yeah, that's a lot of money." But she goes, "Well, I need something to show for it." And I'm like, okay, she goes, "That car's only worth like $1,200-1,300. Okay, granted, maybe it is, but it's my car, you know? Doesn't matter how much it's worth."
That's right. Yeah. That's where I was a little confused on watching your video, to be honest, because I couldn't figure out how it got to the point of, okay, she didn't have insurance, but yet your car got hit and they were at fault. And so whether your insurance covered it or not, she was still responsible for giving you the funds back. So I was trying to figure out how that mixed in with her.
Well, I didn't want to do it on my insurance because then my insurance would go up. I have full coverage, but our insurance, I mean, we hit a deer in that car a couple of years ago, and our insurance went up for about 1.5 years.
Oh, okay.
You know, but it was like $6,000 or $7,000 worth of damage. So, of course, it's going to go up, and I couldn't see doing that, you know, making my insurance go up. So, you know, she just owed me $2,400, but, you know, she said she needed something to show for it. And then, you know, with her, I need a car, and I love that car. That's an awesome car, and this and that. So, you know, I'm like, well, I live down the street. You guys actually kind of need it more than I do, sort of. I mean, you know, because I have a brand new, well, it's a 2016 Toyota Tundra, you know, that my girlfriend has. That we bought together, of course. I mean, we both own it, but I'm just saying I didn't really have to have it, and they really did need it. So I was like, okay, well, you know, if you give me $1,900, I'll go ahead and I'll go get the title and give you the car. So she agreed with that and gave me $1,900, and then they got the car. Now, if I'd known what I know now, I would never have done that. So that was kind of stupid. But I figured I would never get my $1,900 if you know.
If you didn't do it that way.
Because I knew she had the money, for sure. You know, like, we had a good couple of weeks going. She was bragging how good we were doing and stuff, and I thought, you know, if I'm not going to get it now, I'm never going to get it. So go ahead, take the car. I'll take the money, and then, you know.
Okay. So it was a trade-off for you. You really needed the money more than the car at the time, so that was how you could get it.
I didn't need the money, but it would have been nice to, because I did have a couple of more bills that I could have paid off and a little bit more money for my trip. But, in her video, that's why I needed that money was for that trip. That's not even true. But.
I see. Okay. And that's what I was getting at. I was trying to find out exactly where that came in. Okay. So explain to me then, if I understand that there are some other questionable activity or scamming that you have found out about in the past with regards to April, which is, if you look closely online, you can see these things of people that have made these statements.
Right. And
go ahead.
There's a couple of stories that she's told me, and just recently, now that I got mad since Sunday, since that video, like I said, I was going to walk away, and I blocked her from YouTube, so I wouldn't, that wouldn't come up. I blocked you, which, I just didn't want to hear April's name anymore. I just wanted to be done and walk away. Nothing personal. Because on my smart TV, I'll go to YouTube and this April, LaJune, and Virgo Triad, and it's like, I just want to be done.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So anyway, finding out what we found, we went on Facebook, Jen gave us a Facebook page to go to, about how to stop or for victims of April, June, and how, stopping and the petition, and
right,
which I have signed the petition yesterday.
Okay.
The YouTube one.
Uh-huh.
So, I'm not a vindictive person, but if you're going to come after me and tell lies, I guess it's game on.
Right,
I love gaming, so let's play this game, I guess.
Yeah.
So, I found out that she used to sell fake autographs, and
like
I don't know
autographs?
when this was. Yeah, I have no idea when this was. I just found this out this week, and she made a lot of money and split, I guess.
Okay.
And then I found some stuff out about the hotel that she worked at and a restaurant she worked at. I don't really need to go into all that, but it's not the story that she told me. So let's just say that.
So if you had, what I'm going to do is just open the floor for you and let you say whatever you feel you need to say to people who may be questioning or thinking of joining in on any of the packages that April currently is offering, and your main purpose for requesting this interview, because just so you guys know, actually Thomas requested this interview. I didn't seek it out. And Thomas does have a video in which will be linked under the description of this video. So just so you guys can take a look at that also. But I'm going to open the floor for you now. You can speak for as long as you want to with regards to whatever you want to tell people who are thinking of getting involved with anything April's doing.
Okay. First thing is, everybody form your own opinion. I mean, I get along with people that people say they're very hard to get along with and this and that. So do your research. I mean, this is not, even if this is legal or if it's not legal there's a lot of disproof of or debunking of this stuff working or whatever. Because for one, I don't know because I haven't done my research.
Mm-hmm.
But just always look into, this is a big deal. I mean, this is your life you're talking about. And to put it, my experience now with April, I would not put my life in her hands. She was a very, very nice person. We got along. And now I'm finding out that, it's kind of hard to explain, but I'm 50 years old, but I'm a very smart person, but I got caught up into just the lies, and not just the TDA stuff or this and that, because in my video I told her after your video came out, I said, why don't you finish up who you have right now? And the other thing I know about this is none of her people that she's done paperwork for has worked on anything.
Right.
That part I do know because I've heard a lot of people coming back that this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this isn't working. I got a letter back saying they don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So that part I do know, that none of her, I've seen proof of things being done and taken off credit or whatever, like whatever they've done, but it wasn't from April's paperwork. I do know that for sure.
Yeah, well, and let me just make this clear real quick, and I'm sorry to interject here, but just so you guys know, I have never actually made the statement. As a matter of fact, I've made the opposite statement in my comments, that the credit repair part of it, I believe, is legitimate. And it appears that is something that she was doing correctly. But the TDA part is the scam part from everything that we have researched and found out. But, sorry, go ahead. I just want to make sure that I entered that because I don't want to.
You're absolutely correct. That's why I said, if this is real or if it's not real, finish up what you have. Let's just do credit repair, because we had 90 people. And then, right, and it was $70 a month for, a few months until we get it off your credit, and then you can cancel type of deal. I would pay 3 times that just to get stuff off of my credit, and it was working.
Right.
But anyway, so I really hate to bash her, but I really, she has not given me a choice. If she did not mention my name, or I have a friend, his name is Mike. We were talking about this. He was helping me do a few things with the channel. Mm-hmm. I told him that I got a job with the city. It's great benefits. It's this and that. If April would have said, hey, my number one guy, Thomas, has left. He found a position with the city and made it look really good that I found something to better myself, that probably would have made April look even better than to just bash me. That doesn't make any sense. We're all in this world just try to make things better if we can, not just live. And that part didn't make, and she has quit the business a few times. She's sent me emails, and Jenny has said this in her videos, I'm out, I'm done, I'm tired of this, and this and that. And my name is in for, once the office fails, I'm done because I owe all this money for the phone and this and that,
Right.
So, I wasn't into it financially, but if something was to happen, now I'm financially into it.
Right.
Type of deal.
I mean, it's like $3,800 or something, right? That you're out.
It's $300 a line for 4 phone lines, 3 internets. That's $300 a piece. The security, well, I didn't even mention DirecTV. That's another. If I don't return the equipment, which she has, which I haven't contacted her, I need to get that equipment. If not, that's another $900. So it's actually over $4,000 if you add DirecTV in there. And then Vivint Security, I couldn't get the equipment out of the building because we left so quickly. I felt, the landlord's not going to let us back in there to get anything out. So So that's $700 and then $350 to cancel. So I'm over $4,000 here, and I was willing to take the loss and walk away, but she just cannot let things go. And, if you want to talk about something, at least tell the truth.
Right.
Because I texted her after and I did not see her video at all on Sunday. And I kept getting texts, hey, you got to watch this video. You got to watch this video. So I'm like, because I blocked it, so it never came up. So I went to it and I watched it and I'm like, oh, it's on now. This is just crazy. She didn't just give me $1,900 because I asked for it or needed it, or the $1,500 to Jen. I actually talked to her about that. It came up somehow, and she actually April took money out of her check to pay the $1,500 back, and April didn't tell me that. She told me that Jen was supposed to do more work, or like work a Saturday or this and that, which I've seen her come in once or twice, but I didn't think it was worth $1,500, but I didn't know she took it out of her check, but she did.
I think the issue here appears to be dishonesty. That's what the issue is.
Yes, yeah, and the thing about Jennifer's paycheck and Tom's paycheck, it doesn't matter. Like I said in my video, if I trash the office and I got fired for trash in the office, doesn't mean you don't still owe me my last paycheck.
Correct. That's correct.
That's anywhere. I mean, you could throw a fit in Walmart if you work there and you get fired, you still get a last check.
That's right. Yeah.
No matter the situation. So,
right.
And I told her that during the Tom time. I said, just pay him. I want to be done. Tom was threatening with a bunch of stuff and making me nervous and this and that because he kept texting me because April wouldn't contact or talk to him. So he was talking to me and making me nervous. I'm like, just pay the guy. And same with Jen. I said, just pay her. Just, and I said this in my video too. I said, even if it's just to be done, so we can move on. And that's it, So just a lot of stuff does not make sense to me, what she does. So that just makes me question everything that she does.
Right.
And that's not a good thing to be either in business with or as a friend. It doesn't make any sense. So,
well, I know a lot of people are going to thank you for coming forward and just giving a warning regardless that they need to kind of do their own research specifically on the person that you're listening to, especially if it's something as serious as, changing your entire lifestyle as what's suggested with this TDA stuff. And
well, by saying that, because I worked there, she told me, why don't you and Pamela do the TDA stuff, which we could have done for free. It was right there, you worked there and type of stuff. And if it doesn't seem, what's that saying? If it seems too good to be true,
it probably is.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Like I said in my video, is it a loophole? Maybe. Does the government want you in it? No, probably not. So I never got into it, personally.
Right.
I did file UCC 1. She talked me into filing a UCC 1, which that doesn't do anything. So whatever.
Right.
You haven't seen anything from that. So, I mean, I could probably go and retract it, which I probably will.
You probably should just to make sure that you're clear. But let me just say, ironically, if you had filed a UCC-1 as the first lien holder on that vehicle until the $1,900 was paid back, then you would have had, a leg to stand on for the additional $1,900 also, even if you were going to give her the vehicle. So it's ironic because really that's what the UCC-1 is for.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't understand what it was. She just told me, hey, it's only $8. Go do this. It takes you 10 minutes. So I did.
Yeah.
So that's it. I don't even know what it's for.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
Yeah, it's to hold a lien on property. Yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah. So but the car thing is the whole story is still not there. I mean, just a couple more minutes here.
Sure.
I gave her the car. I left the plates on there. That's kind of stupid, but just so she can go get it registered and stuff like that. So anyway, and this is in my video too, is that her daughter got a $20 ticket in Durango, parking ticket. So, but by the time I got it, over time, I don't know if it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or whatever. It just had a date. If it's past this date, it's $50. So, so I texted her and I said, hey, I just got this ticket. She knew about the ticket that she got. I said, I just got this ticket. And it's $50, and I was just letting you know. And this is in my video too, which you saw. We were moving the office. My girlfriend, a box opened at the bottom, and a bottle of wine fell out and broke.
Oh.
And so she goes, well, just take the $50 out of that $100 bottle of wine your girlfriend broke. I'm like, wow, that's pretty petty, but okay, whatever. So I did pay it. So what I had to do is her daughter ended up leaving her. So her and her boyfriend packed the car up, and then they went to her boyfriend's grandfather's house. And they don't have a license. There's no registration. There's no insurance. It's still in my name. I said, get that car back to me now. So I was working at the airport, and I have clearance to go inside the airport where the planes are and stuff like that. So I parked the car inside so she couldn't, come in the middle of the night and come pick it up.
Okay.
Type of deal. So then, she said that she found the title and all stuff. So, it smelled like weed. There was bullets in the car. somebody punched the yeah. Somebody punched the radio with their fist. It had a hole in it. I mean, I just wanted to, at that point, I could have just, could have got another title, and then that would have voided the title that she has and just took the car back.
Right.
Because all she gave me was money for what she owed me anyway. But the guy that I am, no, go ahead and come get the car. It had a flat tire. I put the spare on it. I took it back to the house. Come pick it up. I just want it out of my sight. It started running like crap. It had 9,000 more miles on it than when I gave it to her, a month and a half prior to that, which she went to Missouri and back in it. That's like 2,000. So anyway, the nice guy that I was, I could have just taken the car back. I had it. I could have just got another title, which would have avoided the other title, but no. I'm nice. I wanted to try to do the right thing and be done.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hear April's name again. Come get the car and get out.
Right.
And then she texted me, "Oh, you're not as bad a guy as you think you are." And I'm like, "What the heck is that supposed to mean? I never thought I was a bad guy." She was being nice until I gave her the car back. Because I had something over her. So once she got the car back and then the video came out, I'm like, I'm done. I got to take her to court myself or something. So to try to recoup this $4,000.
And I understand that's your plan, right? To go to small claims court.
Yeah, Jennifer's going to help me with that. She's done that before, so she knows how to. I've never done that before. I had to do that or just a lot of things with April I've never done before. So it was very naive. So.
Well, I certainly hope that you are able to complete that and do recoup some of the costs that this has.
If not, it's a lesson. I just want to be done. You know, and she just won't allow us to be done. She just keeps going and going. And to make her, I don't know, it doesn't make her look better. I mean, in her chat maybe or something to a few people that's even watching. I mean, her viewership's way down anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know what her thing. She thinks she's going to gain out of bashing us, but whatever. I can play too.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up as we agreed to, and I'm going to link your video so that people can see kind of the short version of what you had to say in the description. And I certainly hope that you stay in touch and let us know that you're doing okay and how things are going.
Yeah. If I can get rid of April, I'm doing perfect. That's great.
Well,
I just want her to stop talking about me. I just want to be done.
I understand.
But anyway, so I appreciate your time. And you've put a lot of effort into this, and you've shed a lot of light. And I've watched all your videos concerning this issue, as of late. Like I said, I blocked it before. I just wanted to be done. But since Sunday, a lot of videos being watched and clicking your links and stuff like that. And wow, that's all I could say is wow. Yeah,
I know. It's shocking. And I'm hoping that this will help others to kind of take a look at some of the other information and evidence that's out there too. I mean, it's not just me. There's a whole group of newspapers that are, trying to warn people.
Oh yeah. Also, I read the Durango Herald and the Esquire and all that. And
yeah, there's a total of 5 actually. So it's getting out there, and we're trying to help people keep from getting scammed by this stuff.
Just like I said, the TDA stuff, I don't know, this and that, but all I can do is show people what kind of a person she is. Mm-hmm. That's all I can do.
Right.
So, and that just shows, if she like that, business-wise, shouldn't make any sense either.
Yeah, you've got to watch a person's character, that's for sure. So.
Right, especially that kind of money.
Right, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time, Thomas. Really appreciate it, and we'll get this video up today so that people can take a look at it. And if there's anything else that comes up that you want to address, please feel free to send me an email, okay?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I just, hopefully one day April can change her ways. That's all I can hope and pray.
Yeah, I hope so, too.
Okay.
All right. Well, you take care and have a good day,
all right.
okay?
You too. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.